and
We didn't
specifically
really.
implementation, right?
We really didn't have, I hate to say this, but we didn't really have any. I think the biggest challenge for me was to roll it back one step and create documentation around what we really wanted.
Hmm.
And that's really the worst part of it, is to make yourself sit down and define all these things that you want and how you want them to look. I even went to this extent of creating, Excel spreadsheets for every table that I thought I wanted, and how those would map to the things that need to go up to the e-commerce platform. That was the worst part for me, but I ended up with, like, I don't know, maybe a 90-page document when I was all done, and that saved my butt. Pardon my French, lots of times, because we could go back and go, okay, well, what was this supposed to? Okay, yep, it does, or this it doesn't do, or that should do. And as an integrator from the other side of the fence, the guys that I talk to, like, it's really hard to know what the customer really needs. But if they can scroll through a document and go, oh, okay, I got it, there's the schema, that's super helpful. Hard to come up with, but it's really worth the effort long term.
Yeah.
But once we did that, we didn't really have any issues that weren't my fault. So
No, they weren't your fault, Ted. It just
no,
fell on our shoulders.
there you go.
That's okay. And yes, Ted, you provide really. I mean, I have to say, as an integrator, right, that detailed documentation makes the work a lot easier. So I think one of the things maybe you look for with an integrator, right, is that they want to do specifications with you up front.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rob. At this juncture in our relationship, which goes back to 2019, most of the time I generate the documentation, but now I trust these guys to actually generate the documentation for me if I don't have time. And I'll say, hey, I need this feature, and then they'll build it out and give me an estimate on it, which is that's super helpful. And then I just basically tweak it a little bit. So
Yeah.
that you can actually have your integrator help you with that.
Well, and that up front is really, really important. So that gets through a lot of issues. Ashley, you want to provide any color
Yeah,
to that?
I couldn't agree more. With Ted Kenny and yourself, Rob. Like,